Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Patches In podcast. Just to let you know, you can find our podcast on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, or on our YouTube channel. Just search Patches In. You can also get us on Instagram, Patches In Official, Twitter @Patches In, Twitch.tv/Patches In Gaming, on YouTube at youtube.com/patchesin or facebook.com/patchesin. You can also email us any questions or comments you have, patchesinofficial@gmail.com. We've also got our website with all of our links there, www.patchesin.com. Hope you enjoy this episode.
Hello and welcome to the Patches In podcast. My name is Dom and I'm here with Hamish.
Hi everyone.
And I'm here with Hugh.
Hey!
We all sound a bit strange today because we're all actually told to stay home because of, like, I don't know, we're just too sexy to be outside. Is that what it is, guys? Yeah,
everyone's jealous of us, that's what it is. I think you say hame, like, you know, only the Scottish people will know that for it. Translation is, that means home.
It means home, guys.
It's not Scottish. Yeah.
I think everyone knows it's not just a local.
It could be
a local thing.
Could be.
Yeah, it's kind of worldwide. Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull is out and about, mate. He's just wreaking havoc.
What is Pitbull doing when he can't go worldwide?
Well, he's usually at WrestleMania.
Shaving his head, I don't know.
Fixing his tie constantly.
Yeah, dancing like an old 40-year-old man, basically.
I want to be him.
You may notice that Ross isn't with us today. He's actually at home with the missus. They've just had their third child, or fourth for Ross, which is crazy. So congratulations to them.
Congratulations, yes, indeed.
You can smile about that.
You can show some kind of...
Congratulations to them. I'm just 4 kids. That's a lot.
Yeah. I think Hugh's very aware that he's on camera right now.
Yeah, that's what the thing is for it. So we're doing something a wee bit different, obviously, with like the coronavirus being about. We're actually talking to each other through Discord. It's very interesting to see everyone's reaction. We can't actually stop Hugh from being annoying now, or we can't stop him. You know, he was sitting eating crisps and showed up like an hour and a half late. You know, so.
Mm-hmm. Can't stop me from drinking too much either.
No. Or myself as well.
When we're with you.
So that's
true.
That's true. But this is we're all drinking for the first time, I think, as well, on the pod.
There's going to be a lot of interrupting in this podcast.
Yeah, true.
Don't interrupt me, Dom.
I'll fucking interrupt you as much as I want. I've got the control here.
It always starts out fine like this, but give it half an hour and we'll be like, talking over each other, man.
Yeah, obviously, like, quite limited to what we can talk about personally for it, because we've kind of all been stuck either at work or not at work.
That's pretty much the two options, Dom. Yeah, work or not at work.
Well, more like forcibly not at work, if you will, because like usually we say, "Oh, we were just working," but like myself and Hugh, like we've been told, "Yeah, don't bother going to work." With yourself though, Hamish, you're one of those essential people, aren't you?
Yeah, I've never felt so important in my life, man. Like my father's told me my whole life, I'm definitely not essential. Now I'm like, look, I'm important now.
Oh, look at me now, Dad.
As soon as this is all over, I'm just back to being a wee pleb, wee nobody. Yeah. But I'm enjoying it a little. So.
Very positive there. So, apart from work, Hamish, what else have you been up to this week?
I mean, we've got a lot of people off sick, so I've been working a hell of a lot. And it's getting a bit wild. We're like at the point where we only allow so many people in at a time, and you need to have like 2 meters apart and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
Social distancing.
Yeah. I mean, which is just like, I mean, Hugh must be used to that. No one wants to stand next to him anyway.
Everyone's moaning about having to stay at home, and I'm like, what's different? I don't see any difference.
You get people that are like, oh, day 3 of sitting in the house. I'm like, man, I've went a week just in the house, like just playing games. Like, I'm pretty sure when The Witcher 3 came out and I had a few days off, I was just like unknown to the world. Like everyone was like, I think they had a funeral for me and everything, like because I've not seen them in the pub in so long.
It's like a celebration.
Yeah.
When the pub's shut, we text you to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, it was. We all were concerned.
Do you need us to come round with beer and pretend to be barman?
Well, the pub shut because I couldn't go there anymore. Like, man, that's 60% of our income. We're gonna need to close. Apart from work, though, not a lot to be honest. But another wee Game Pass gossip video up on YouTube.
Nice.
Shameless plug there.
Gotta get them in, mate.
Yeah, not a whole lot else, man. Not a whole lot
Awesome,
else.
good man. Hugh, what about yourself?
I've been working at home, which kind of means hitting the keyboard every 30 seconds and playing, games. That's it. Watching stuff.
Mate, you, as a huge Simpsons fan, you should know, get one of the wee birds that do the thing, like just to hit the keyboard, like the wee, I don't know what they're called, the wee birds that
the wee balancing bird.
Or here's a pro tip for anyone that needs to work from home. Yeah. See if you've got an optical mouse and you've got like a watch, an analog watch that clicks around, just put the mouse on the watch and then every minute it'll move it.
My favourite one is opening a Word document and then leaning my wireless mouse on the spacebar, and because we've got like a Skype system. I'm hoping none of them are listening to this.
This is life hacks by the boys of Patches In.
So I just lean the mouse on the spacebar, and that just keeps it saying I'm active all day.
That'd be so funny if they were able to tell him like your words per minute. It's like, this guy is on fire.
It's fucking rapid.
4,000 words a minute.
we don't have much work to do. They're giving us busy works.
Yeah.
So I've just been completing. Listen to me. I have been completing games.
I'm very shocked at that. Was it all the cam?
It really is the end of the world.
Look, everyone look at Hamish.
Wait, I don't think are we?
I'm on the far right now.
This guy.
I'm on the right from me. I'm over here.
Well, I'm
in the middle. Dom's in the middle.
I'm in the middle, so I'm like that. My guns. Like I'm the far right as well.
You're the far right.
Oh, hold on. Whoa. That's not bad.
Let's not go there. Yeah.
Let's not go there.
See, we really need to upload the video now, otherwise it's just going to sound so weird to people.
Yeah, we'll upload a wee bit. So yeah, we are recording this through webcams as well, so you'll be able to see our lovely faces.
Hamish was looking at himself there. Like,
he's like, I get the eyebrows going like that. Yeah, like that.
I was full screening it just to see how ugly you really look, Hugh. Like,
oh
man, like I need a haircut so bad. They're not considered essential, which is ridiculous.
Like, obviously, as you know, I work in a pet shop, but we've got like a vets and a groomers as well. I was considering just saying to one of the lassies that works in the groomers, like, can you just cut my hair for me? Like, no one else is open. Like.
Just the same. I was thinking about shaving it completely off, but last time I did that, I got in trouble.
Sinead does not like it, does she?
Your missus is not a big fan.
I look too much like a thug.
Fuck you.
Thug.
Didn't choose the thug life, mate. The shug life chose you.
The shug life. So I'm gonna get it cut by myself.
Oh, dangerous.
We'll see how that turns out. And the next time we do a video podcast, it might just be completely gone.
I'm just gonna grow my hair out till the next time we do one, and it'll be like that.
Yeah. By the time we get out, probably.
Yeah. What about you, Dom? What have you been up to?
Kind of the same boat as you. Sent home, and a lot of the work I've had to be doing is just like busy work, to be honest. So it's just been meetings and introducing people how to actually work Skype or Discord, which is so strange. I never thought we'd need to do that. But yeah, playing some games, enjoying some of the free time, but frustrated with the rules and stuff like that. Like today that I put on the chat, which was a very strange thing that happened to me, but not so strange because of what the rules in place. That taking the dog out, having to be stopped, and as to what I was doing, I was like, they came over, what are you doing? Obviously walking a dog, like walking my dog. Alright, is this the first time you've been out walking the dog? Aye. Alright, cool. They just continued on. I was like,
well, see, what's so stupid about that is, obviously you're walking a fucking dog because it's a fucking dog attached to a lead
exactly.
To your hand.
Using your eyeballs.
It'd be, if that was your second time, would you really go like, you got me, girl?
No, take me away, officers.
Hey. He's done dumber things.
Yeah, I have. Have you seen my exes?
Speaking of girlfriends and that, are you still seeing the Bumble girl?
I am indeed.
Did you tell her about the podcast?
I did indeed, and she's been listening to us.
And she broke up with me.
She had none of this. But yeah, like again, this goddamn virus has kind of stopped us from seeing each other. It was a bit of a I thought, but we're still talking to each other and having a good laugh. So
yeah, a kind of long distance, distance makes the heart grow fonder thing.
It does, mate. No, you know about that. Mate, no, it's distance, Hamish. We all know the song.
This is it.
Absence.
No, it's distance, mate.
The joke is absence, mate.
Oh, absence.
Abstinence.
Not abstinence. No.
Hey man, I'm Catholic. Can't make that joke.
What was the? I can't remember what app it was. There's an app that I'm on, a dating app thing, and I opened it, and then it came up with this warning thing, and it was like, because of the whole social distancing thing, like, what you should do for a date is, invite them to a voice chat or a video chat or a Skype call, and I'm like, how awkward would that be? First date, never met a person. Hi,
how's it going? Oh, your face is like, that's this place.
Can you see me? Like, I'll be like, hang up.
Again. Last thing it's been on my TV.
Oh,
what, my face, mate?
Both of you's doing that.
Alright, Shug. It was like,
if she walks in, she's gonna ask.
Guys.
I'll make it better, mate. This is.
Oh, look at that! Do you hear that, there, boys? That's a spark in a can.
You've heard it so many times, now you can see it.
Exactly.
I'm very on brand with this.
Corona Extra.
Corona.
Is it true that the sales of that have plummeted?
Oh, there we are.
It didn't make much of a sound.
That's terrible.
That's why Hugh's bought it. It's because it's cheap.
Yeah.
No one's
buying it. Yeah, actually,
it's no one actually.
The sales have plummeted because no one's buying it because they're worried. Ridiculously.
It's fucking stupid, isn't it? Glad to hear everyone's having a good time, I guess, in the situations that we're in.
As best we can.
It's at least in good spirits, because there's other times we could all be just like, I can't go out, can't go to the pub, can't do anything, fucking shite.
It's very lucky all of our hobbies are indoor hobbies.
That's true.
Well, See, here's the thing that I've been thinking, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if by the end of the month I'm going to be like better off or worse off money-wise.
Yeah.
Because obviously a large portion of my paycheck normally goes to going out to the pub. But I'm also thinking if I'm just sitting in the house, I'm just going to be like, I'm bored. Let's buy stuff like Amazon. Yeah. I'll buy that. So I'll be very curious to find out if I have more money left over than usual at the end of the month.
Yeah.
That's the thing, Ham. I've been looking at Amazon to buy things because I'm bored, and delivery's 5 days, 6 days. Yeah. I'm not putting up with that. This is 2011. I'm not waiting.
I've already bought stuff I don't need though, like a new bed, a new mattress. I mean, they're fine. New bed, just loads of shit, just loads of random shit.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I wouldn't say a new bed was random shit. I think that's a pretty adult buy.
Yeah, but I don't need it.
Unless it's a race car bed.
Oh, do you have a race car bed?
No, it's a pirate ship. Duh.
Ah, good man.
I would absolutely love a pirate ship bed. Actually, now that I think about it, that would be so cool.
It's like Hamish says to Lassie, welcome aboard.
Then as soon as I'm done, walk a plank. As soon as the seaman's out, to see.
Dom, the funny bit about that was he was having a lassie over a minute.
Hamish, you're raging now.
I know you look so angry. I don't know if it's your webcam, but you went a different shade of red.
It was just the filter. It was a filter.
Hold on, I can literally change this on the fly.
Oh.
For our audio listeners, Hamish is using Microsoft Paint as a light.
It's pretty funny.
That's some fucking top level technical shit, mate.
So, when we were speaking the last time on the podcast, we were talking about the PlayStation 5 release with the specs and stuff. Did anyone watch it? Because it was so surreal. Because it was just a basic presentation of a guy in a suit, just basically reading out the specs.
It was because it was for developers, so it wasn't for...
It wasn't for us.
Everyday people. It was for a developer conference that obviously got cancelled. I watched a summary of it, and it was kind of disappointing because it's the same hardware as the Xbox,
basically,
but slightly down-tuned, just ever so slightly. Well, it's kind of like the Xbox One and the PS4. Sorry, Dom.
Yeah, no, that's alright. I thought the external storage bit was a pretty interesting, where you can actually put any sort of storage into it, rather than you had to get with Microsoft. It was just the one brand, Xbox Microsoft external storage, where with Sony they'll use anything for it for the SSD.
Yeah, that would make. I want to know how much internal storage there is in these consoles, because 1 terabyte just ain't going to do it.
Especially even if it's a solid state, even a terabyte wouldn't do.
1 terabyte's ridiculous, man. 1 terabyte. The consoles that we have in this generation should have 1 terabyte minimum. But next one, it should be.
How crazy is that?
2, 3.
How crazy is that we turn around and we're saying that now, that a terabyte isn't enough data for games?
Well, games are anywhere between, AAA big budget games are now about 100 gig.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Modern Warfare does that, especially when you're talking these 4K textures and stuff like that. They'll be massive, I think, with my very limited technical knowledge.
They'll be pure huge, mate.
You're big, mate.
But Modern Warfare is well above 150 now, isn't it? On Xbox One.
I think so.
I could probably check, because I can't, because I've only got one thing open, but I know Gears of War 5's over 100, Gears of War 4 was over 100, Master Chief Collection was over 100.
GTA is over 100
there's plenty of games that are over 100, so you would think, a terabyte should be standard, I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think people would mind paying a wee bit extra for like a 2 to 3 terabyte drive standard. So. I don't even think it would cost that much more with all the rest of the stuff that they're putting in, you know what I mean?
See, the most interesting part about the PS5 though is that super fast solid state drive that the Xbox won't have. So they're saying that it's so fast you can actually make worlds even bigger now, and like things can load in better. It might actually change the way people design games.
Yeah,
I thought the Xbox is going to have a.
It's going to have one, but it's not the one that PS5's got, because it's designed by them. It's even faster. It's like something ridiculous.
It's still an SSD in it. Like, is there that much of a difference?
It's huge, it's a massive difference. I'll try and get you the numbers, because that was supposedly the killer part of the PS5.
Yeah, are you talking about like...
What are we thinking about? Like, what would be the difference? Say if I'm loading up a game on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation, and it takes, say, 10 seconds on the Xbox, what would that translate to in the PlayStation?
It's not just about loading times, though. It's about the way they can design games to run off the hardware.
Yeah.
So, like, with the SSD, they can, like, read and write to it so quickly, like, parts of the world can be just massive. You can't put wee notes up, Hamish, in the camera.
I don't think I can. I don't think it's going to catch it.
See, that's point.
It's backwards as well.
Yeah, it's going to be point.
I can see it. I can see it. It's
but also, but it's also pointing at me from what I'm seeing there.
Right, the PS5's SSD can hit 9 gigabytes a second, and it's custom.
Right, Hugh, no one cares about the actual. Like, we want to know it in like terms that we can understand. So,
and the Xbox One X or the Xbox Series X will be 4.8. It's going to be better for developers. It's a technical thing where they can make better games because there's faster storage.
Yeah, we get that, but like, is it akin to something like between 720 HD and 1080 HD, where it's
It says here the system will utilize decompressed data for real-time processing and loading. It's something. It's not as simple as you can just read and write quickly. It's the way it can. I
understand it can access more information more quickly, so you've got like more open world, no loading times. I get all of that, but what I'm talking about,
it's not just that. It can work. It works together with the whole PS5 to make what is specs that seem a little lower than the Xbox actually maybe push it ahead of the Xbox.
Yeah, again, it's more like what the developers want to use as well. If you could make it easier for developers to make games, what they're trying to do, like, because again, like they brought up the fact that the PlayStation 4, one of the easiest ones that they could do, like make games for, because it was like it was an early adoption for like quite a lot of creators, the creative scene. But they were saying now, like, you've got your the native mode of the PS5 backwards compatibility is going to make it a lot easier for people to transfer stuff from the PS4 Pro to the PS5. So if they were wanting to wait, they can just easily upscale it by just like clicking a button. Not as much as saying that, but it's hard.
The PS5 has got the next generation AMD hardware. PS4 had last gen, a couple of gens ago, AMD hardware. So like, it's very easy for them to move that on. Like, it's not like PS3, which had its own custom shit.
Yeah, but it was
That's why you won't be getting PS3 backwards compatibility. And that's why you can get Xbox all the way back to the original Xbox, because it's always off the shelf, easy to emulate parts.
Yeah.
And the PS4 and the Xbox were super similar as well. It had the same CPUs, the same GPUs.
Yeah.
And the PS5 and the Xbox Series X has got the same CPUs, same GPUs. It's just they're kind of tuned in slightly different ways. And that's why people are saying the SSD might just make a big difference in the way games perform.
And especially...
do you think it's going to be an actual rift where gamers, for the majority, like not so much casual gamers, but mid-level casual gamers to mid-level hardcore gamers, will they care?
Well, I would say
buy the PS4 anyway.
Yeah, I would say it would all just depend on the price for it. Like, whatever's cheaper, people are going to go for immediately.
Also, PlayStation's got a better name brand than Xbox has, so you're fighting against that anyway.
right away. Like
the hardcores and your casual guys usually go for the PlayStation, which is obvious by the last,
this
20 years.
Yeah, well, no, like mostly this generation, I would say, especially like
PS1 and PS2 are the biggest selling consoles of all time. So
PS3,
the PS3 eventually beat the Xbox 360. Eventually,
yeah, but didn't really.
Like at the very end, but they both could beat off the Wii, so it doesn't matter. But so the Xbox is always going to be underdog.
Tom, you get really nice blue eyes, mate.
Thanks.
Bring those baby blues closer to the.
Is that better? Yeah.
Bring them in.
Are you trying to excite up this dry conversation?
Wee bit.
Is that for the ladies? Is that what that's for?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for the probably one female listener we have.
Danny.
He's a good girl.
So this SSD might make a difference, it might not, but developers are excited by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's always good being able to do better and make better games and stuff like that, but I just feel like, on the whole, it's not really going to make too much of a difference. I don't think that there's enough of a disparity between, consoles these days where people look at the specs, they just look at, I like Xbox, I'm going to buy an Xbox, I like the PlayStation's exclusives, I'm going to buy a PlayStation, that kind of thing. I personally wouldn't be like, I really want an Xbox, but the SSD drive in a PlayStation's better, so I'll buy that instead.
Yeah,
but
again, it's all about those.
Better product.
Yeah, it's all about the exclusivity, I think, for it as well. Like, I know, even though I wasn't a big fan of the Xbox One when it first released, now it's a really good console with the Game Pass. So when they're carrying that over to the new Xbox,
console, man.
Yeah, but like
when you look
at like the Series X and they're using the Game Pass for that, you're like, okay, at least I've got a great foundation to continue and maybe become like a better selling console for it. But we need to see what PlayStation are actually going to be doing this time with the PS5. Like, that's where my big concern is. And yeah, obviously the release date, what they've got from that, is quite similar to what Xbox, Microsoft have already sort of produced. But to be fair, at the end of it, like, I'll probably go for what's cheaper, and I've got a feeling that Xbox may do it cheaper, not by much, but then obviously with the news with the SSD being customizable with the PlayStation, that might be a game changer for it.
That's the thing, right? I usually, because I have the luxury of buying whatever one I want because I'm an adult with disposable income, I'll go for whatever one gives me the better performance when it comes to gaming. Because I was PS4 at the beginning of this gen, then I moved to Xbox One X. I'm still not super happy with the Xbox One because its UI is awful. I wish the PS4 Pro was stronger than it was, but it's not.
I do like the update they've done to the UI recently. See that last update they did last month to the Xbox One?
I was just about to ask, do you have that yet? Because I'm part of the Insider thing, so I had it like December or something like that. But
yeah, it makes everything a list.
Yeah,
it's more like a list.
And it works so much better.
It's made everything super stable and took away all the lag and the crashing and stuff that used to happen.
Yeah,
pretty much every time I started up my console.
No, I hated it for it. But yeah.
So you're alright with the UI now, or do you still not like it? Or
it's still not as good as PS4's. Like, I still think the PS4 has the best UI. Like,
oh yeah, I would agree with that.
Where you can group your games into your different folders and stuff like that. Like,
I mean, you can do it on the Xbox. You can make like groups.
It's not as easy as the PS4. And the PS4 it's just got a simpler UI and it's nicer and it's more stable and it just isn't as powerful. That's how I base my things, like how I buy things. If I'm going to get better performance on these other consoles, I'm going to buy it. So whatever one comes out, if the PS5 has better performance, I'm probably going to buy that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really stuck on brand, if you know what I mean.
It seems weird to me, like, because you are so into retro stuff that you care about performance, though, like, just because.
Well, that's what you're paying for now, isn't it? Like, I'm not paying for an already there library of classic games. I'm paying for performance now. So
yeah, I guess so.
That's what I'm going to pay 500 quid for. If I'm going to pay 500 quid, I want to get the best bang for my buck, mate.
Yeah.
I pay for the games and the experience. So, and I've always had a better experience with Xbox because most of my friends play Xbox. So a big part of that is, having people to play with, and just
I get that.
It's just easier to me.
So
the PS4 this gen won by having the better games.
Yeah,
I think. I can see you getting mad.
No, I was looking at Dom and I was just thinking like telepathically I was trying to say, Dom, you can mute him and I know Dom's wanting to move on.
No, it's alright, man, don't worry. So also we had like a mini direct, Nintendo Direct. Did anyone watch that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know what happened.
Oh, that you'd missed out some things that were interesting for it. But you want to take away like what you thought you took away from there that you were like, okay, that's interesting, or really they announced that?
Well, see, because it was a mini, I wasn't expecting the new Zelda to be announced or anything, like, or video to be shown.
Aye.
But I liked it because it showed off their RPGs and stuff like that. Hamish would have definitely hated it. There was a lot of anime.
Oh yeah, a lot of weeaboo stuff,
A
man.
ton of anime. They showed off the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which I am going to buy day one.
Yep, and they've got Future Connect as well, or Future Connected.
Yeah, that's like an epilogue.
Yeah, so it's supposed to wrap everything up, what I've heard, for Shulk, which is interesting.
Does that connect it to Xenoblade 2, maybe?
From what I've heard, yeah, it should be.
So this is the third time they've released this game. But this is probably going to be, obviously they wanted to make all the money back from it, but I'm going to buy this one, and I'm going to buy Bravely Default 2 as well.
That looks really interesting from that as well. They had like that guy that was definitely Scottish, man, come right through.
The wee mage guy.
Fucking aye, and you're like, whoa, not very PG for a Nintendo. Go back to Xenoblade.
How weird was all of the English accents?
Yeah, it was very
like they were all like it was quite jarring because like I play all these RPGs and it's always American accents you hear. And
do you mean weird?
All right, governor.
Out of nowhere, like what was the normal accents like?
No, like when you play any kind of RPGs, it's usually American voice cast. It's never like an actual proper English cast.
Yeah,
is it all English? Or?
Yeah, all English. And
that's weird.
It's just weird.
It's just weird to hear.
I'm gonna buy it, obviously.
But obviously,
that's what I do.
There was a few 2K announcements as well. Obviously, XCOM 2, which is a big one a lot of people have been asking for the Switch. Borderlands series as well is coming to it. All the Bioshocks are coming through it as well. I know, Hugh, you would like to talk a wee bit about your Bioshock experience with it as well.
I'm not going to buy it on the Switch because I've got it for the Xbox. The Xbox One. I've been playing Bioshock Infinite the last couple of weeks, or the last couple of days, even couple of weeks.
It just feels like weeks.
It feels. Do you want to talk about it now, or are we going to talk about like what I've been playing then?
Yeah, well, okay. We can jump into that, but we can go quickly through. So because like there's another game that got announced, or a DLC got announced, was for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
I wanted to mention that. Sorry, I wanted to mention that.
No, we can continue. Go ahead.
That game was actually really, really good. I enjoyed that so much. That was a good wee. Where are you going, Hamish? I thought you were moving somewhere.
I'm just gonna get a wee nap here.
But mate, honestly, you've got a Switch. You should get Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. That would be a game you'd like.
Yeah, you would think that. I think
first two.
But I've not finished them. Yeah, so no, I can't remember if it was the first one or the second one, but I've got to a bit where it's auto saved, and I've got like 3 health, and there's like 70 million fucking enemies. So I can't do it, and I'm like, "Fuck you, Doctor Strange."
I've had that in 3.
See, Dom, you were saying XCOM coming to Switch. That's a perfect game for Switch, man. I used to love playing XCOM back in the day, like on the PC when it was only out on the PC.
And it's so easy just to like to pick up and just like drop off like quickly, because like if you fuck up once, like you always see the videos of the guys that are running up to them. And their guns right in their face, 99% chance that they won't miss, shoot, and it hits a window,
annoying,
and you're like, such a infuriating game. But you've also got...
Especially because they also got that Mario vs. Rabbids, which is like baby's first XCOM game.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that what it's like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly like it. Mario's Rabbit one.
You're like, like as if I've played it. Why would I ever play a game it's Mario's versus Rabbids, mate?
Like, everyone thought that, and then they saw the video and were like, whoa, is this baby's XCOM? It's maybe brilliant as well. I've still not played it because games. I've got a lot of games.
There was another announcement for Shinshikai Into the Deep. Did you see that, Hugh? It was the...
Yeah, it looked kind of interesting, yeah.
Yeah, the last human on Earth running about the bottom of the ocean, trying to survive. I think that's what the kind of concept was. It looked really nice. It was like a 2D side-scroller. It was very interesting.
Yeah, it looked good. It's just one of them games that you'll be like, you'll see it in like a trailer, and you go, oh, that's really nice, and then you'll never
forget about
it. Yeah.
They also had some announcements for the new Animal Crossing, some Easter eggs sort of things for Easter. Catherine, the full body with the extra Rin character in for it. Ring Adventure got a free update too. And the big one that a lot of people were very surprised at, I was a bit surprised at, for the announcement of the first DLC character for Season 2 of Smash, was a character from ARMS.
Yeah.
But they've not selected the character yet, which is strange, so I think it's going to a vote who you want to be the character in ARMS, so it's
What's ARMS? I'm assuming an anime.
No,
it's
it's
not
a
an anime.
fighting game that Nintendo made where the two characters have arms that are spring-loaded, and you use the Joy-Cons to fight, and they've got like box with springy arms that have got weapons on them. Very Nintendo thing.
Rockin' Sockin' Robot type.
Basically.
Oh no, wait. Who had the? Oh wait, no. Who had it? Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Kind of like they have that wee glove that.
Yeah,
but they're actually attached.
Yeah, yes. It's interesting. They got like ribbons. It's like their arms aren't like joined to their body. They're like spring loaded, as Hugh said. They would just like be loosey goosey.
It's also free.
It sounds fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it is. It's a Nintendo game. It's free for that. It's got 2 free dates, so you can play for it as well.
Yeah, you can download and play for free on your Switch Ham.
Yeah, beautifully.
Switch Ham.
Beautifully default too, as you mentioned earlier as well. That got a wee bit of a trailer. It looked nice. Clubhouse Games 51. But it was all like basically mini games you can play, chess, solitaire and stuff.
Ignored that.
Yeah, Ninja. What's that? Like is that guys from Splatoon? They did that.
I have no idea. Like I kind of lost interest at that point because I was like, oh, here comes the fucking shovelware.
But then you also got like Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, where it was they have an online mode for it as well, which is cool.
That game, man.
And Star Wars Episode 1 Racer as well.
Pod Racer, yes.
Wait, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
I think that was the very, very, very first game I played on Xbox Live, like original Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at going. I love that.
So fucking good, man.
You could run about with the double lightsabers and
just lightsaber battling with people, man, and jumping about and forth. That was so good, man. It was
awesome. But yeah, there was a couple that I was surprised hadn't been on the Switch. Saints Row re-elected. Well, that's quite an old game, but that's coming to it. Warhammer 4000, Minecraft Dungeons, but one that I was like, that'll be good. Would be Burnout Paradise remastered. That'd be good to play on the Switch.
That's a good game.
I love that, man.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to them for it. And it was nice.
Burnout games had such a good soundtrack as well, man.
Oh, so good. Paradise City is amazing.
EA's got that Criterion. They're making the next Need for Speed again.
Oh, that'd be good.
So you'll maybe get your Burnout in it.
Yeah, hopefully. It's like we've been missing a game like that. From the Direct itself, it was good for what, a 25, half an hour, sort of what they were showing.
It was a wee teaser, wasn't it? Like people were wanting them to mention something, and they just kind of, here's a couple of things we've got in the works.
They want to hear like a new Metroid or Bayonetta. They're wanting to hear all the stuff that they've. Oh, Hamish, are you teasing us with something there?
What? You keep going, mate. I don't know what you're talking
about. You don't know what we're talking about?
Good, just sit down. Just.
All right.
Sorry.
Sparky getting a bit antsy there.
Stop it. I'll get this over with.
Oh, look at that.
You try to ruin my spark, Hugh. I will hit you with the forehead of 1,000 suns, mate.
How cool does that look on the camera, by the way?
Oh, look at that. That looks really nice. If you want to know, Hugh's holding his mushroom.
The wee Mario mushroom, I got it from Christmas.
It is wee.
I'm really hoping people would have got it from the sound effect, mate, and known what it was. Like,
yeah, hopefully.
So, hopefully. Apart from that, there's only been like a couple of releases of games that I would like to talk about myself. But we'll start with yourself, Hugh. What have you been playing, and have you been having fun?
I have been having fun, and guess what? It's only 2 weeks to Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh. You can audibly.
How do you turn this off?
I cancelled my pre-order for the physical edition and just pre-ordered it digitally because I want it as soon as I can, and I don't know if Amazon will be able to deliver it.
Oh, you finally learned the way of the digital, mate.
I will buy it physically eventually, but it's just that I want to play it that day and I don't trust the delivery. I also pre-ordered the Persona 5 Royale edition, Tom.
Royales with cheese, mate.
That's
we did the same bit last time.
Did we? Oh, right, I forgot.
Jesus, because you were drinking.
That's why I forgot.
I'm obviously working from home, playing games. I went back into Judgment, the Yakuza spin-off game, and I think I said last time I was getting a little bored with it, but like I powered through and did another 25 hours and completed it, and it is a really, really good game, well worth playing. There's a lot of content in that game, tons. And see, now that I started playing it before we went to Japan last October, and then obviously picked up again, I was like, yeah, this definitely feels exactly like Japan.
Yeah.
Like, just the way the streets are designed, and you go into restaurants and the food that's there, it's just awesome. It made it actually better for me.
Yeah.
Completed the story, got kind of like, you know how open world games, the story kind of takes a back seat in the middle.
Yeah.
Because it's all about like your side quests and developing your character and skills.
Yeah, make them stronger, so then take out other side quests. And you're like, oh, you got this new equipment. What did you get a new equipment for? To get more new equipment. That sort of aspect.
You should play it because there's a character called Kaito-san who's like your pal, and he's like a Yakuza that's been kicked out of his family because of some shit you learn in the story. He is fucking brilliant. He is one of my favourite characters. Like, he kind of reminds me of Kiryu for Yakuza, obviously. But like, you'll run down a street and there's like 40 guys chasing you, and you're like, oh shit, what am I going to do? And this fucking guy in a orange shirt comes out of nowhere and just drop kicks like 4 people at the same time. He's like, he just stands up, fixes his shirt, and he's like, oh, are we fighting then? And you're like, you just drop kicked 4 people?
We are now.
Excellent character.
How is it a spin-off from Yakuza? Like, what's the connection?
It's obviously same company that made it, and the area, the open world area, Kamurocho, is the same area that's in Yakuza.
But are there any like similar characters? Any connection that way, or?
I haven't played tons of Yakuza, but there isn't many characters that cross over, but there's places that cross over.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
In like family names and streets, areas. There's a building in it that was built in like Yakuza 4, I think.
So it's like the MCU, like it's the same, same like, universe, same thing going on, but yeah.
This is set in 2018, and I think the Yakuza series kind of canonically finished in like 2015. 2016, so like
I think Yakuza 6
after
wrapped up. Yeah, I think you did.
But honestly, the story got fucking mental near the end, and it was amazing. Like, I was like honestly gripped by it. I was like, I need to finish this game. Like, and I think I got to a bit, and you know how if you get to a game, like the last part of a game, it'll tell you you can't do anything past this point. Like, you can't do side missions.
Do all the side quest stuff, because after this you're
locked in.
Yeah.
Well, that appeared at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, I think I could probably complete this before 2 or 3, and then just go to bed.
How long did it take?
Sinead came in at 5 in the morning, and I was like, I'm nearly done. I'm nearly finished.
Were you nearly done?
Yeah, it was the last like cutscenes that was on, but it was honestly brilliant. That last fight scene was really good too.
Yeah.
I've got maybe 50% of the trophies, and I could get more, but it's such a packed game that the effort that I'd put in would be another 20 hours. I just don't think I can do it. Especially when I want to play Yakuza 0. Like,
you want to go down that hole, man. There's like 6 games of that, well, including 0, and then you got your spin-off of the zombies and stuff like that, man. Like,
I looked it up though. There might be a second Judgment coming out.
Really?
Because it's sold really well over here and in America. So looking forward to that if it does come out. But definitely play Judgment.
Yeah. Have you played anything else, then, man?
Bioshock Infinite. We were going to talk about it earlier, but
okay. I completed that a good couple of years ago.
I think it's out 2013.
Was it that long ago? Fucking hell, man!
Yeah,
I remember playing it on the 360.
360. That's when I played it. Yeah,
I never finished it, but I didn't think it was that fucking long ago. Jesus Christ, man, that's mental.
I loved the first Bioshock, right? I loved it. I bought it when it first came out. I had that really shitty steelbook, and everyone had it. I completed it in like 2 settings. It was so good. It was like gripping.
That the whole Rapture was just so interesting. Would you Kenley, and you're like, when that twist happened, you're like, oh fuck it.
They spent a lot of time designing that game. I felt like everything looked perfect.
Yeah.
Like, see, when I started Bioshock Infinite, I was looking forward to it because I heard it obviously got a big reputation. And I think I'm 3/4 of the way through it now, and I don't think I like it.
You don't think it's alive?
No, like, I like the gameplay loop. It's kind of good. Like, the first-person shooter, it's very easy though. Like, super easy.
You're always getting saved.
When you get Elizabeth, she just hands you stuff.
Like, Booker.
I mean, I was kind of glad about that though, that it's not an escort quest game where you're constantly worrying like, fuck, I need to make sure they're okay. Like, he can handle herself and more so, you know what I mean? Like, because the most annoying levels in games are either underwater levels, because they're always a pain in the ass, or escort quests where you have to take care of someone and they constantly die and they're shite. Whereas Elizabeth she just got on with it. She was fine. She didn't need any help. Like, I found that quite refreshing with the Bioshock Infinite.
It was. I think I should have probably put the difficulty up at the beginning because I'm on normal. I didn't change it, so I should probably have put it up, and that's maybe my issue with the gameplay. But the story as well, just like it's not as good as obviously Bioshock 1. It's like a badly written film, if you know what I mean.
I did like the soundtrack, like how the guy was writing music to people's songs. I thought that was a cool wee thing.
I'm not completed it yet, obviously, but there's a few plot, not holes, just
see
like,
anything that's to do with time travel though, they're always going to have issues like that. You're like, oh, why didn't they just do this at the start? And then,
I saw the racism and stuff as well in it. I was just like, it's a bit on the nose, all this stuff, and then obviously there's a revolution that happens, and they're like, oh, the revolution either, and you're like, this is very kind of run of the mill. I've read this story, I've played this story before.
You've read it, you've played it, and it's told a lot better and less, more subtly than this game. It was basically like racism is bad. And you're like, well, of course,
sure, classism is bad, racism is bad, sexism is bad. Like it's kind of like it's not even showing you in like a subtle way. It's like throwing it at you, and you're like,
fisting you, and you're like, yeah, we get it. We're not thick.
Like. And I think it was just the hype of the game before I played it.
Yeah, I didn't think there was much hype into Infinite. Because, like, I remember, like, everyone telling me about Bioshock 1. Oh my god, it's, like, one of the greatest games ever. And to be fair, it is a really good game. But I didn't really hear much about Infinite. I heard a lot of people not liking it when I was playing it. And then I came out going, that wasn't that bad. As people were saying.
I think it was riding on the coattails of being a Bioshock game, you know what I mean? Like, no one actually cared how it was. It was just like, oh, it's a Bioshock game, so we liked the other ones. Even though I'd never really liked 2, I don't think I ever finished 2. It was not it was a bad. Big daddy. It was just it was just more of the same of 1, but it just didn't have that, new cool thing. So
but I think it's because you got to play like still in Rapture, and Rapture's such an interesting place under the sea in a 1950s, 60s aesthetics.
40s,
40, 50s.
See, the thing is, like, a lot of people really, really like Bioshock and the old mythos of it and stuff like that. Like, especially Infinite as well. See, like, the Hugh, get off your fucking phone. Jesus Christ. I can see it, mate. I can see it. Like, there's the twins, or the
the
man and the woman, like,
and they came from different.
Don't spoil for me who or what they are.
No. All I was gonna say was, like, I've seen so many people with like tattoos of them and stuff like that, and like they're just highly, like, loads of cosplays. They're highly regarded as this, like, big deal, and fair enough. It was a okay game. Like, I enjoyed it and stuff, but for that amount of fandom, I'm just like, I didn't feel it myself. But
I can agree with that. Again, I didn't think it was, like, from what I remember when I completed it, people saying it was like the worst Bioshock ever. I'm like, not really, to be honest, but like I still
that's
enjoyed
kind of
it.
daft to say, like, the worst Bioshock ever. There's only been 3, and they're all pretty much the same. Like, that's
the first one was very good, but the last time I played that was 2008. I think last time I played that, so I don't know how well it holds up.
Oh my god!
I never played the second.
The thing about like that though is you need to remember the first one. It's the same with movies. The first one's always going to be better, or at least regarded higher, because it's a new thing.
Set the scene.
Second one's usually a kind of pretty much a clone with some improvements. You know what I mean? So it's obviously not going to be as revered. So
I was trying to figure out why there hasn't been a Bioshock in a long time. Like, why there hasn't been one on this generation, because I had a look, and Bioshock 1 and 2 sold pretty well. 1 sold really well, 2 not as well, but Infinite sold, like, quite well. I know that's a terrible description, like, it sold medium.
It sold okay.
Well enough that there could be grounds for another game.
Yes, and now they're re-releasing it on everything, including the Switch, and I'm just wondering, like, is there going to be a Bioshock 4?
Well, they were supposed to be doing a System Shock 3. That was like a big rumour, but then obviously with everything going on, and the company that was redoing System Shock, they were doing System Shock 1 and 2, and then they were going to do the sequel to it. I think they declared bankrupt or had like a big issue. They had to basically sack everyone, and it was a bad time, and they're just waiting for someone to buy them out, so they knew it was System Shock 3. So I don't know, man. Like, these games take a lot of time as well.
Yeah,
and
it's just weird. It's been a weird generation. Like, the things that we enjoyed so much in the 360 PS3 generation, like Bioshock, Halo, Gears, they've had a bit of a rough time. This gen.
Well, it's because people want something new. They don't want the same stuff or from the same company. Or again, like, I've been playing a lot more indie games because like again, I'm going to want to get more bang for my buck, but at the same time, you want to support these interesting ideas rather than sticking to the same norm of.
Well, that's where the creativity is, isn't it? When there's not someone saying, "Look, you've got to hit a demographic, or you've got to add these options, or whatever."
And you've got to hit it by this day.
I don't want to shit on AAA games because I really enjoy a lot of AAA games, but you can tell that everything now is franchised. Everything's built to be a franchise instead of being an experience. Yeah.
I understand that. Hamish, sexy beast.
Yes.
What have you been playing?
Well,
get with yourself.
I've got. I don't do that, mate. That's no good. Don't do that. Stop it. I've been playing a couple of games, and I guarantee you, Hugh's going to have a problem with them.
You have a problem with everything I say every week.
That's because you say it. I'll see if you guys can figure out the common theme, right? First game I've been playing with, it's just because it's a free weekend, right? But it's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, right?
Oh, okay.
Which was obviously, very, very hotly hated. I'm a big fan of John Bernthal.
You guys say John Bernthal, aren't you?
John Bernthal, mate. The Punisher, my boy, mate.
So
that's literally the only reason I was like, I need to play this game.
So is it true? Like, have you finished it?
No, mate. No, literally, I've barely played it, like 2 hours or something like that.
Because I heard that like you could meet him in an earlier mission, something like that, and you can run up and kill him or something like that, and then he's replaced by like some no-name douchebag for like the rest of the game, and you're like, why the fuck would I want to do that?
That kind of reminds me of like what was the Metal Gear Solid one? Is it Snake Eater where you could kill the end? Like early.
You can take him out at the door before he rolls away, and you get that epic battle, and Snake gets all disappointed. It's pretty good.
But no, like, see, I'm kind of disappointed because I played it for like 2 hours, and I saw him 4 seconds, and he shoots someone in the head, and gets in a helicopter and fucks off, and your character's like, "Oh, Walker, what you doing?" And it's like, all right, okay, so he's on your side. That's where he used to be.
It's like Conor McGregor in Infinite Warfare.
They call it latitude.
But no, there's like you branch off into missions, and you can choose like do the missions that help the people.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Do the missions.
We know your stance on slavery, so it's alright here.
What was it? Episode 12 throwback. But like, it branches off, and I've not had the chance to do the homework. But there is a mission branch which is like focused on John Bernthal. His character name's Walker or something like that. Which there's obviously something in the past because he knows him.
Yeah, dark secret past.
Generic name.
John is quite generic, but it's easy to say.
John. But right, all that aside, like, it's actually like, and also I never played this when it first came out. It's been, when did it come out? Like October
2018?
I don't think it was that early.
No.
Am I thinking of the other one?
I'm thinking.
Remember, he was at E3 with his dog, mate, like last year or something like that.
I think it must have been. Yeah, it must have been 2019, man. It must have been.
It wasn't that long ago, basically. But it
was July 2019.
Yeah, so not that long ago. But see, as soon as you start the game, it comes up and it's like, obviously it's Ubisoft, right? So it's the same people that make a Division, and they give you the option to.
Whose favourite company?
Hugh's like, oh fuck. But as soon as you start it, it's like you can play it on like, I can't remember the name, but classic mode.
Yeah.
Basically like where you get item level, you get gear rarity and stuff like that. So you find a gun and it's, rare or legendary or whatever. Or you get immersive mode, which is just, you don't get any of that, none of that at all.
Okay. Is it to make the game obviously a wee bit harder, or is the rewards better when you do that though? Or
no, I think it's all the same, but like I think that probably wasn't in it when it first came out. I'm only assuming because like I say, I didn't play it when it first came out, but I think originally it came out and it was kind of very similar to Division, where it was like, get a better gun, kill,
get better
more
gear,
bullet sponges, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they
obviously.
What?
Who made the Division?
Your favourite company?
Ubisoft, mate.
Oh, right, okay. Just seeing a pattern here with shit games.
But anyway.
So, like, I think like the kind of classic mode is very much like that, where you'd be shooting someone for ages and stuff like that. But there is this immersive mode where it's just, if you shoot someone in the head, they're dead immediately. That kind of thing.
Realistic mode, we would say.
And you get and there's so much other kind of customization. You can, if you're doing it like that, obviously your gear doesn't matter because you don't have a gear score, so you've got your home kit and all that to change the appearance. But even your HUD and stuff like that, you can change loads of things. And a game that I'm going to talk about in a wee minute is very much following the same suit. With loads of customization. But you know what? It's actually fun. It's a really nice game as well. The locations they're massive, man.
It did look interesting because you got different terrain when you go through it. It's a bit like MGS 5 style.
Definitely got the feeling of that.
Yeah, because again, when I seen parts of it, I went, that does kind of look a bit like Metal Gear, but obviously with a Tom Clancy booby mix,
Yeah, it's I think
Hugh's faces is like what?
One of the things Hugh always moans about though is Ubisoft is a collectathon and stuff like that. It's not like that. It's literally just it's just a first-person shooter adventure game, basically.
It's interesting.
I'm a lover scorned by Ubisoft. I used to love their games, but then I think it was around Watch Dogs I started to go against. Then the Division kind of killed it for me, and I've been bitter ever since. But they're going back to Ghost Recon being a tactical shooter and not I think it was Wildlands was the one that everyone was shitting on as well.
Yeah.
If they go back to actually just perfecting their gameplay and not try to find a loop where you buy things or try to create that Destiny clone that they're always trying to create.
Yeah,
that's good. If that's just a game you can play that's like Ghost Recon Warfighter on the Xbox, then that's good.
Awesome. Well, that's the thing. I'm not gonna shit on it. I never got the impression at all. I didn't find any microtransactions or anything like that. There wasn't anything like that at all that I could find. There was Ghost Wars, PvP stuff, but I've not bothered trying that. Like I say, it's just a free weekend kind of thing, so I've only just barely touched it. But
awesome.
It honestly seemed like a lot of fun. The only thing that was weird is you're walking about in third person, and then depending on the gun, I think it's if you've got a gun with a scope, you go first person looking through the scope, and if you don't, then you stay third person. That's a wee bit jarring because you're like,
why wouldn't you?
What am I gonna? How am I gonna look at this person and shoot them? But I mean, overall, it's fine. No, it's a free weekend.
Oh, right, okay.
So, what was the other game you were playing?
Well, the other game. The other game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Interesting.
So, what's the theme, Hugh?
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Did you? I was going to say, I knew you were playing that as well. I thought maybe you bought them in a pack, a sale, or something like that.
No, Breakpoint is a free weekend. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, though, I did buy. I bought the.
Can I ask you a question, Hamish, before you continue? Why?
Because I love Assassin's Creed games. I love Ubisoft games.
It's so strange because the reason that I'm saying that is because when we were at EGX, we all played the demo.
Were you there when we played it, Hamish?
Were you there, Hamish?
Yeah. I was sitting next to you playing it. Yeah.
Okay, right. My experience.
I had a real bad time.
I had a really bad time as well. Again, you only take it as it's a demo. It's nothing solid. They always say they would change it, but then that was coming out how long after EGX? A couple of weeks.
A month. Yeah. I think it may have just been the build because the build was pretty bad. I think it might have been
mine's crashed on me twice.
It was an alpha. They called it an alpha. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had was basically very disappointed in it, and I'm not surprised, but not I'm a wee bit surprised that you would go out and buy it. But then, did you have as much of a bad experience as me and you had with it? I don't know if Ross had much of a bad experience with it.
I mean, I didn't find it bad at EGX. I understood it for
what it was.
See, to be fair though, well, obviously I've played the game now, so I know the situation that you start with. See, at the EGX demo, it was basically you get these kind of ground wars, and it's basically there's Sparta versus Athens, and you can decide which one you want to.
You could be a guy and a girl as well, which was an interesting sort of one.
You choose that. But basically, you're a mercenary, so you're for hire, so you're not affiliated with anyone specifically.
Yeah.
So you can choose to either attack it and get more gear and stuff like that, or defend it. Defending it's easier. But basically, I think at EGX what they were trying to do was just show off that they could have these big 200 people battles.
Yeah.
I felt it was more like a tech demo than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I've been playing it, I've done them because there's one in the kind of not
the
tutorial,
beach,
but
because that was
very early story.
Yeah, because that was, I remember that's what I played at the demo, was like at the beach, like a big point that we're trying to make for it. But then that's when my console shut down, and then I went,
that happened to you.
Yeah, and then I went to Lassie, and I was like, oh, maybe it'll be a wee bit different, and then it crashed again at the same part, and I was like, but then
I had an issue because I walked up to the first character I meant to talk to and then stabbed him. And I was like, oh, how did that happen?
Talk, assassinate.
Yeah, like you walked up, the X changed from talk to attack, like super quick, and I was like, I pressed it and it just went stab, and I was like, oh.
It gave him the old Glasgow hello, which was like a shank.
That is something that's annoying because, even if you either go to a Spartan camp or an Athens camp and to start these missions, but you can kill either one of them to lower like the nation's power to start these things. So sometimes like you press Y to talk, but you also press Y to assassinate people. So sometimes you're like, hi, I'm like, stab.
Auto save, fuck.
But one of the things when we were playing in EGX was like I started that big fight thing and I died like immediately, got fucked up because I had only played the previous Assassin's Creed games like before Origins where it was totally different controls. Whereas nowadays it's like right bumper is your light attack, right trigger is your heavy attack, like Dark Souls or something like that. So I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So basically I died, and then when I respawned I just fucked off and I went on a ship and fucked off. So I never had the same experience as you guys at EGX, but I've tried it now, and I think it's a lot of fun. Those big scale battles. I mean, they are pretty much the same, but like, what was your problem with them, Hugh?
I think it was just the game was fucking up when I was doing it, and I wasn't enjoying it. I didn't really I don't think 5 minutes or however long we had is a good enough time to play an Assassin's Creed game and get the hang of it. So I was just like annoyed, like 'cause I wasn't a fan of Unity, because I got that with my Xbox One when I bought it, and I was like, this is shit, not playing this.
That's a terrible one to play. Like
yeah, but then because I really enjoy history, like I'm a massive history guy, so like I kinda I'm just telling you this now, it's an exclusive. I want to play Origins, because of ancient Egypt and the pyramids. But I wasn't going to tell you because I didn't want you to be like, "Ha, got you! You're playing an Ubisoft game."
I've got Origins on purely because when I got my Xbox One X, it came with a game, and I was like, "All right, okay, I'll take that." So I'll let you borrow it, man. But I've not actually played that. I played it very briefly. That's the same exact kind of style. It's the same engine and stuff like that.
It's the same. It's got auto run and all that on it as well, hasn't it? It's like because like before you would actually have to hold on to like A to move.
I think it's also got like a story mode, like where like you don't have to do any fighting whatsoever, and it just does it all for you, and you get to just play the story, which some people might find fun, but like I would want to.
There's like a story mode, and like like a lot of games have these days. Like I just want to see the story, make the combat very easily, but you kind of just do nothing. But anyway, so that's your experience of it and stuff like that. But when you start, something that I find dead interesting about it is you get like a guided mode, which is basically like most games have these days. Start a quest, or you look on your map. Oh, there's the marker. It's there. I'll go there.
Yeah.
But it also gives you the option to do like an exploration mode. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But instead of just saying giving you a wee marker showing you exactly where to go, it'll tell you like this person is at the top of Thermisia, they're east of a marshland, and they're south of a cave and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite cool. And they say that at the start, like this is how it's meant to be played. You're meant to kind of explore and stuff like that and see it all. And it just reminded me of like very old games where you didn't get like fucking GPS to everything, basically. I mean,
like remember The Darkness and how much we loved that game?
Yeah.
Aye, but we couldn't figure out where the fuck to go. Like fucking half an hour to finish the level.
Yeah, I played it recently, and they were like, "All right, go to Billy's house," and I was like, "I think I've done this before on this podcast," but I was like, "Right, okay, where the fuck is Billy's house?"
Who the fuck is Billy?
Aye.
I just had to try doors.
Aye. You're expected to know where the fuck Billy is.
But do you recommend it now, or what's your takeaway from it?
Absolutely recommend it. Like, see, even if you there's another thing. Like, see there's like a mercenary system. You're a mercenary, basically, right? But there's other mercenaries who, if you get like a wanted level, if you do things like killing civilians and all that kind of stuff, and other mercenaries will come and try and kill you for the bounty. So it's kind of like a wanted level in like GTA or something like that.
Yeah.
And, when I first started the game, there's like wee message boards because you get like daily quests. They've got like
community
quests. Yeah, community board, but like, well, there's a community board of what people will make up. You can make your own quests. I'll talk about that in a wee minute.
I've seen a
couple.
But
it also just makes random ones as well. But one of the first ones I got was when you're on your ship, and it uses the same ship mechanics as Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Yeah.
Which,
I know that stuff.
A lot of people like highly regard pirate one, man. It's so fucking good. But
I think I came on Game Pass Black Flag. What I say?
Yeah.
I think I played the bit where you got the ship, and I was like, oh man, this shipping mechanic's fucking brilliant.
It's amazing, man. I love it. It's probably my favourite Assassin's Creed. But yeah, so I got this thing, and the bounty was like kill 5 merchant ships. Didn't know what merchant ships were because I just started the game, so I was just smashing into everything. And you can weaken them, and then you can like pure plow into them, like in the middle of them, and cleave them in half and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But basically, my wanted meter went all the way up to the top, right?
How many stars?
So, it was like it was basically 5 stars. I think it's 5. Yeah, it went up to 5. So I landed on this next island that I had to go to, and every now and again I just hear this wee horn, and then it's like
the booby horn.
Boobies.
Gotta go, booby horn.
I'd see up on the screen like such and such is tracking you. So this fucking mercenary would start fighting me, and they're kind of hard fights, and like similar to Dark Souls. You need to dodge, you need to parry, you need to time your shots. It's obviously not as brutal as Dark Souls, but it's the same.
Same idea.
Combat. Yeah. So you fight them. It took me a while. I was getting a bit wrecked, and then.
Wait, hold on. Were you getting wrecked physically or in real life?
And bit of both, mate.
Yeah, good man. Sorry, continue.
I'm always getting wrecked. So I'm looking at my skills because I had a few skill points to wait up. And see, when you very first start the game, you play as Leonidas, like the Spartan king
Leonidas,
right? And one of his skills is the Spartan kick, right?
I wonder where they get that from.
No, this is not. Wait, the achievement is literally called "This is Sparta." Like they make no they are very clear about what it's about. But I was like, So I made this guy follow me up a cliff, and then he's trying to slash me, and I dodge out of the way, and then I'm just like, yeet! And I just kick him off on the cliff. He falls to his death, and I'm like, this is great, this is working. But because I had such a high bounty level, they're one after another. They're all just coming. So I'm just like, dodge, kick, yeah, and they fall down.
It was the old Hamish rope-a-dope.
Aye, basically, and it's cool. It's kind of like like Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, lieutenant system. It's not as deep as that, but they've got like weaknesses. They've got strengths and stuff like that. Whenever you kill them, you get loot and stuff like that. But there's guys like so many more levels higher than you, and I was like, I'm cheesing it here. I can do this to anyone. So this guy, he's an absolute unit. He's huge. He's like Jason. And he comes up to me and I'm like, sorry, I've got this.
You could take my Jack Daniels. That's all right.
And I dodge him, and then I'm like, I'm about to kick you off a cliff, motherfucker. And I kick him, and he just kind of goes, like just shrugs back a wee bit, and I'm like, oh shit, and then he just goes smack, just kicks the fuck out of me.
It's like when you see the wee guy grab the big guy and he pushes, but the guy doesn't move and the guy moves back. Just like
no, it was exactly like that, man.
Yeah.
But it's
what if I play?
It's so much. I honest to God don't remember the last time I had so much fun. It's brilliant.
I think the last time you had so much fun was on this podcast.
Probably, yeah, when I was steaming here. So there's even a wee story maker. So like you can look at people's community things, or you can make one. I actually made. Well, I'm in the middle of making one. I'm like 90% done making one. So it's fun never ending.
Fun never ending.
That's good, actually.
It's so good, man. I'm loving it.
Hey guys, Hugh here. Sorry to interrupt this podcast. You can find our podcast on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, and on our YouTube page. You can find our Instagram at PatchesInOfficial, Twitter at PatchesIn. We have a Twitch at twitch.tv/PatchesInGaming. Our YouTube channel is PatchesIn. We have a Facebook page, facebook.com/PatchesIn. We have a website, www.patchesin.com. Right, back to the show.
What about you, Dom? What have you been playing these days?
I've been playing a few things, man. I downloaded the Resident Evil 3 demo, the PlayStation. Nice. Cannot wait for that game because I didn't buy Resi 2 first came out because, I don't know, like, I didn't want my expectations, like, my expectations for the remake of the game was, like, crazily high, so I was like, it's not going to live up to that. But when it came out quite cheap on the Xbox, I think it was for like 20 quid. I seen it, I think yourself, you both went, we'll just buy it then.
Oh, Resident Evil 2?
Yeah, the Resi 2 remake.
You've not played a Resident Evil game, have you?
Not since the Sega Saturn, no.
Yeah. But no, was it not because it was cheap? I thought it was because it was cheap
to play that.
I thought it was because it was cheap, absolutely.
He might have bought them, but he's not played them.
I was thinking about getting it because it looked really good.
Yeah.
Like, it actually looked like a really good game. I was like, there's no point in playing it if I've not played the others.
Well, you're not missing much with the story for it, but the gameplay too it's really great, so tight, visually stunning, and they add a lot more character. I think I've said that in a previous podcast what I felt about it.
Yeah.
But with Resident Evil 3, it's obviously changed up the mechanics a wee bit for it because it's you're taking it from Jill's perspective this time, and she has a bit more agility than like Leon, which is Leon and Claire. So you have like a dodge mechanic, and Nemesis is like the big factor in it, which is a guy that's kind of like Mr. X or Titan, he's called.
Bigger.
But he's got like, there was a part I was like, okay, first time playing the demo, alright, I see him, I'm just going to run away, and he'll basically jump by you, just rush by you and stands in front of you, and you're like,
Did he do this as well, Dan? Did he go,
shit.
Did he go, Dars?
I was like, Dars, and his jaws peel like all the way down to the bottom of his chest, and you're like, what the fuck?
We've all seen the second
Could not
film.
complete the demo. Could not complete the demo.
What, really?
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Holy shit.
Complete the demo.
I didn't complete the demo, but again, it was a lot of fun. I'm definitely buying this game from day one though, because I slept on Resi 2 remake, but this time I'm going to take this one out, especially for like the online play they've got for Resistance.
What was with that one shot demo with Resident Evil? Like,
yeah,
why
bizarre.
would you do that?
I think
know
it was
meant to make a sense of kind of like urgency and like, oh shit, you know, we're gonna die.
Yeah, it was to build up like hype for the demo because a lot of people had been asked for this game. So when they released like, see when they were releasing 2. Sorry, 2 seconds.
Okay, Paige in the shot.
Is that a doggo?
There she is.
Yeah.
Oh, she looks so happy, man.
I don't know if this is true or not, right? But I heard a story. I would like to believe it's true. A dog sprained its tail from wagging so much because its owners were home all the time from self-isolating. Like, I mean, cute because, you know, it's dead happy. Obviously not cute because it sprained its tail. Did Paige just like run into a wall there?
no, she's ran away to the side though. But with like the Resident Evil 2 demo, like they've ended up unlocking that because with the Resi 3 announcement, they added a wee bit more teasers for Resi 3. Like you could hear Nemesis in the background in some parts, stuff like that when you're playing through the demo, which is very strange for a demo. It's been out for like a year and a bit, as well as getting rid of the time limit for it as well. But it was worth a wee playthrough if you've not played it yet, just to see how you feel for it, because the mechanics have just tweaked it a lot quicker than what you would get in the Resident 2 one for it, because they're not as stilted. Jill's, again, as I said, about you would
a
get
lot more agile.
Yeah,
like Dragon.
Hey, yeah.
I might get to it because it probably went down in price by now.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. But I've also been playing.
You're not gonna play it again.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it in the dark.
We still need to get
spooky, scary.
We need to get Hugh playing 7 VR.
Oh yes,
definitely. Record that, mate. That would be. I would pay money for you to do that, mate.
How much?
A lot.
$1.
I'll pay a lot if you can get to like the chainsaw bit. I'll give you £100.
All right, okay.
Chainsaw, really? All right, you'll take that.
He's never gonna get there, mate.
It's true. But I've also been playing a little indie game called Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
We make that joke every week.
Little
indie game called Halo.
It's this is my first experience with Animal Crossing.
What is this called? Mammal Junction.
Mammal Junction.
He's heard of this game before.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know Ross has been playing a lot of it. He's been sharing on the chat some of the designs in that he's been doing or downloaded, and it's one of those games that you can just sit and just chill with, not really think much of. Again, it's a first experience for me as well. I've got a few pals that are really obsessed with this game, and when I was playing it for the first day, I was like, I really don't get this. It's a collectathon, but Nukes just basically got you over a barrel.
Got you by the balls, Don.
Got you by the nuts, man.
And I'm like, I'm living in a wee tent, and he's like, you owe me like 50 grand worth of bells. Get that shit done. And you're like, I'm living in a goddamn tent. Nook, what the fuck?
Nook, you loan shark.
But all the other characters,
CD motherfucker.
But all the characters are like quite like engaging to you, and it's very nice to see you, and you can name your island this time. And obviously, I went for the classic Craggy, Craggy
Island.
Nice.
And I like the online aspect of it. That's where I started going, you know what, this game's...
Sorry, Ted. I think Ross told me he called it like Patchland or something like that.
Good man.
Something as equally as cheesy as that.
That's pretty good though, I like it.
Yeah, it was a airline that's on it to get to your. You can go to like other islands to visit them, and sort of basically all it is just to raid their stuff, like take their either their branches of wood to make your stuff, or stone or materials, and then you just fly back home. But what I liked about it was that it's an airline ran by dodos, nice. Birds that don't fly,
flightless birds.
And I'm like, what would a dodo do? And I'm like, this is too charming.
What would a dodo do?
What, like Ross was saying that he started a game and then he ended up basically changed the region on his Switch and restarted it again in Europe, and he got different fruits and stuff like that. Do you need to play with other people to get all of the stuff, or will you be able to find it?
Yeah, you definitely need to play with other people for it. So that's where I think the game has the biggest strength of it, is communicating with other people or your pals that are on the Nintendo Online. I've got a few people that I do know that play it like crazy. They were getting this. I'm getting this day one because I love Animal Crossing. A few of them, unfortunately, they're a bit crazy with it. That they mess about with the internal clock, push things forward, and spoiled quite a lot of things on the chat, which not fun because again, as I said, had no idea what this game's about. Didn't know that if you chop down a tree, that's it. Can't get anything back from it. So you have to use other items so that you can prolong tree, get as much material you can from it, respawn dates or any other material. It's all done, they sort of roll it out to you slowly. So for instance, get a museum, sort of shows you all the sea creatures you collect, all the bugs you collect. You can dig up fossils. The owl that runs the place is like, which is funny because you go during the day to him and go, here's some material. He's like sleeping. He's like, I'm a bit of a night owl. And you're like, hey, like, we charm bits like that.
I've heard it kind of takes like a day to do most things, so building in and that. You need to wait a day for it.
So for the museum, it takes like a day and a half for it to build, or you get the shop, it takes a day for that to happen, or if you wanted to build anything to your house to expand it, it takes a day. So when you go into someone's place online and you walk in, they've got like 2 stories and hundreds of space. You're like, have you done this in like less than a week? Doesn't make any sense. Or they've got stone paths and a wee community of all these other characters. You're like, you've obviously put the date forward to sort of get all these upgrades that time scaled rather than for you to wait patiently for it. You've just kind of spoiled it for a lot of people. But I get that if you you're big into this sort of series, because I can see how a lot of people are like obsessed with this. I enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it as much as other people, I think. But it's good with friends though, when you can go to the island and you just get in the net and you just start hitting each other with the head for it. I don't know why that's so satisfying. You just run up and you start whacking each other on the head.
Can you get co-op like living on the same island?
You can't, unfortunately.
You just visit each other kind of.
As I said, you visit, you steal the material and then you run away. Or you can leave like wee notes and stuff like that. I've had one of my pals
I stole your stuff, bitch.
Yeah. He left us a wee notice on the community board. You can do wee things like that, or send letters to people, send even like equipment to people. Like my mate sent me a voting poll where you can, instead of like taking forever to acquire that skill, she's like, just take this, I'll make another one, and I can get other parts of my island to unlock further parts rather than wait like 2-3 days. Again, as I said, it's not really for everybody. I would say it can be quite slow, but where what's happening right now, I've kind of got quite a lot of time just to sort of like chill and relax and catch up with a lot of other things. Yeah, nice like chill sort of one. But like
you've got friends in the game, which must be a new thing for you.
Exactly. Well, I've got to deal with you two assholes.
You get actual friends that say nice things.
Exactly.
A new experience for you.
But what I've been also doing since playing Animal Crossing, which I think we can talk about this as well, is that I got a nice wee subscription to Disney Plus as well. And I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know how you guys all feel that you've got self. I'm a big fan of The Simpsons, having every single episode of The Simpsons on demand. Oh, you can sit and just binge watch every single episode of that.
I tried to watch The Simpsons, but I've got a big complaint.
Is it the ratio?
Hugh, you're a huge Simpsons fan. What is your complaint?
They've cropped it.
The ratio?
Because it's a 4:3, they've cropped it to make it widescreen, and also they've put a filter over the animation, which gives me a sore head, and it also looks awful. Like, it just doesn't look good.
The thing that
was it like a change of color or what?
Yeah,
kind of
like
the contrast is
on an emulator.
Yeah,
and you've used a filter that rounds out the pixels. That's kind of what they've done. It's kind of like smudged it a little bit to make the lines look a bit more round.
Yeah.
Not nice.
I can kind of look past that because I'm a big Simpsons. This again, there's some of the jokes again. They said they were going to try to fix this before the UK release, but I don't think they will ever fix it because it's like the Duff Light and Duff Dark joke. So they've got like basically the line of the cans sitting there. And it's all coming from the same dispensary, but on the cropped version, you don't actually see that, and you miss the joke. So it was like, but when you've watched The Simpsons as much as like probably we have, we know what the joke is. But to a new audience member, you're like, what was the joke?
Just put them on like unedited, standard def.
They'll probably do that.
Like,
do that eventually.
They fucking should, man. Because like, I was
at least
so
give
unhappy.
you the option. Like, why not give you the option? I'm sure they have the technology to let you choose between, aspect ratios.
At this point, the DVDs are still a better option to watch The Simpsons than the streaming, which is ridiculous.
Shouldn't be the case when a fucking 2020 subscription service from Disney. You know what I mean?
Like, the biggest company in the world.
Have you watched anything else on Disney Plus that you enjoy?
I've watched Recess. I don't know, Hamish, if you were ever into Disney Channel shows when you were younger, but
I wasn't really.
I did. See, the thing is, like, I watched like a lot of them, but I drink all the time, so I don't really remember a lot of stuff. I do kind of remember Recess, vaguely. Not
it was out when we were about between 9 and 12, so it was on Disney Channel on Saturday morning, like breakfast shows. Me and my brother Jason and my sister, we used to watch every episode, but I watched it again and I was like, this isn't actually that entertaining for me now.
Well, it's because you're not in school, I guess.
Yeah, I know, it's because it's obviously passed me by now, but
Mick was saying the same thing. I was playing Call of Duty Warzone with Ross and Mick the other night. We won again, but we were
good flex there, but okay.
We're the champs, mate. 4-time champs, mate.
Champs.
One more, we'll be Booker T champs. He was saying the same thing. Like, he's watching it. He's like, yeah, this is not as good as I remember. But I mean, that's obvious. Like,
you grow out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I also watched some Doug. Do you remember Doug?
I remember Doug.
What was he doing? Was he digging a hole? Was he chasing his tail?
No, not. I'm not. No, Dom. No. That is the Nickelodeon or whoever else put it on theme. Disney bought it.
That one?
Yeah.
Wait, what? There's a different Doug?
Yeah, there's two Dougs.
Like, Disney bought it like halfway through, like 4 or 5 seasons in, and like they changed like the voice actors, they changed the storylines, they changed the song. I don't like it. I like the original Doug better.
Again, that's one of those ones. Like, I remember I did watch it. I remember liking it. I remember Doug. I remember, like, was it Skeeter? Was his pal?
Yeah.
Like, turquoise coloured for some fucking reason.
Patty mayonnaise.
Whatever. He was a weird colour.
Patty mayonnaise.
Yeah. Weird show, man.
Yeah, nothing happened.
I remember liking it. Well.
Here's the shows that are missing. No, they're missing Pepper Ann. You know Pepper Ann?
I remember that.
Lloyd in Space.
Lloyd in Space not on it. No, it's not. No.
The Weekenders.
No, they've not got that. They don't have Tailspin.
It's not great.
Like, all those shows are the ones I watched. What's the one about the cop, the school cops.
Lewis, street cop guy.
No, it was I'll come to me eventually, but like there's a few original Disney Channel shows that I watched that aren't on it.
Have they got Hey Arnold?
No, that's Nickelodeon.
What are we talking about?
It's Fillmore.
Disney?
Oh, yeah.
Is it not Fillmore, Hugh?
Fillmore, that's it. Fillmore. Yeah, that's the one.
I remember that one.
I used to watch all of them when I was younger because there was 3 of us and we had to pick one TV channel. Disney Channel was the one.
Yeah. Okay, I can understand that. But apart from that, I ended up. I think I was saying to you guys like a while ago, like there was a show that I was wanting to watch, like basically a reimagine. I was wanting to see was DuckTales because David Tennant and all that was in it.
Nice.
And that's actually on Disney Plus, so I got to watch a good couple of episodes of that. And holy shit, they've got a lot of voice actors in that.
Like famous actors.
Ben Schwartz, the guy that did Sonic recently, he plays one of the cousins, Wee Dewey. Danny Puden, who's Abed in Community, he's Huey.
Yeah.
Like, who else have we got on it? Catherine Tate, she plays like one of the villains. So obviously playing off of David Tennant from like Doctor Who days.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, there's quite a lot of people in this. But yeah, the humour for it is really good because they've basically updated everything from the original DuckTales, which they also do have on Disney Plus. Give them sort of like a bit more personality, all the ducks for them.
What's the theme tune like?
Not so bad. Again,
same lyrics. The original's a classic.
No, I think he wants to hear it, Tom.
Well, it's just
I think he wants to hear you do it.
Okay, I'll try. No, it starts with "Life is like a hurricane. You're in Duckbird. Something aeroplanes."
They don't say it like that. Come on,
William Shatner.
Give it some feeling, guys.
Come on. Hurricane.
You're in Duckburg.
Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes.
I don't know where the fuck you. I don't know.
You're in Duckburg.
Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. Yeah.
DuckTales. Woo.
I do remember the what was it? Was that it was a 360 game of the old SNES games?
Yeah, they reimagined that as well.
DuckTales. Yeah, that was good. Classic.
Yeah, but honestly, like what they've done with the characters, they've upgraded like everybody for it. Which is strange. Like Launchpad is still like the dumbass guy that crashes everything all the time, but the guy that they've got for it.
So Hugh.
So Webby, they've ended up making her actually, instead of being like a generic girl character, bunny ears for Hamish. They've actually made her likable as well. She's not like annoying. She's just like an eccentric character that's obsessed with family for it as well. But they've also introduced the fact that, you know, one of the questions that people were always had is like, okay, like these are Easy's nephews, but what about their mum and dad? And it's basically saying that their mum and dad were adventurers but went missing, so it's trying to discover what happened. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay, that's actually interesting.
Hey Arnold.
Yeah, but David Tennant's phenomenal in it. Honestly, it's Scrooge McDuck. Brilliant.
I love David Tennant, man. I think he's brilliant.
See when he called someone. Oh, what did they call someone? And I was stitches at it. I was like, it was not what ball bag, but somewhere close to that.
Have you guys seen him on the show like Room 101 or something like it's called? And it's basically you go on and you say something that you don't like.
Yeah.
Like, and he was talking about sushi, and he's just pure like, well, it's fucking raw fish. It's shite, and everyone's pretentious, and they act like they like it just because it's fucking raw fish. It doesn't even fucking come with chips.
I appreciate the comedy, but sushi is amazing.
It's okay.
It's alright. Yeah.
It's alright.
It's alright.
When we were in Japan, Dom got like a big tuna sushi platter, and like it was like a scale.
Don't like tuna. Yeah.
It was a scale of how fatty the tuna was. Like there was a really lean tuna, and it built up to this like super fatty. And like Dom was like, "I don't want this. Do you want it?" I was like, "Yes, give me it right now." It was fucking amazing. Loved it.
Wait, did you say Dom went up to a super fatty? Is that what you said?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry, I was answering my phone. I heard it. Dom went up to a super fatty and offered her his tuna, and I was like, "This is a weird story."
Hey man, Matt, it's not fishy. I can assure you that. There's a few other things that I've watched on Disney Plus, which have been great to watch. A lot of the Pixar films have been on it.
Not DuckTales.
We've already talked about DuckTales, Hugh.
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks. How good is that theme song?
It's amazing. I forgot about Mighty Ducks, if I'm honest, and then like Jason sent me a video, and I was like, "Oh my god, I remember this now." Because
when we got
really good show.
Because when we got it, all we did was try search for stuff that we'd not heard for, and then like Goof Troop came up, and we sat and watched a couple of episodes of that. Man, like that intro is so 90s, so 90s.
I need to watch
the classic.
And Pete, man, you feel bad for that guy, man. He's always having like panic attacks or heart attacks when he's shied in because he's fucking Al Goofy. He's just yucking it up. Good guy.
Yuck.
A yuck.
I need to watch the Gift Trip film again. That was a classic. You're gonna suck that, Hamish. Sorry for our audio listeners. Hamish is
he's been he's getting yelled at.
A can coming in the side of his camera.
Remember this?
Just open the can.
What? I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
Yeah, but Mighty Ducks is on it.
Hugh. Oh, did you see that? Like, kind of shot off over in that direction.
Actually, one of my favourite things about it that isn't even what people would consider Disney is the National Geographic part.
Yeah, I was about to say that, which was
Cosmos.
Is that Disney?
Yeah. Have you ever watched Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah, deGrasse. Yeah, he's the worst. Everyone loves him, but he talks so much shit, man. He's nah.
What are you talking about?
Not a fan.
Would you talk shit?
Like I won't bring it up.
You know what it is? He's done it for He's talking about like the greatest podcast, obviously Joe Rogan when he was on that.
He says so many things he's always on Twitter. He's always active on Twitter, and he'll say the stupidest things that people just immediately kind of counter. Like, well, actually, no, this is true. I won't bring it up on this podcast.
As a scientist, Cosmos is great. Cosmos is a really good show.
No, I get that, and he's fine, and I loved him on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I thought it was dead funny. Him with Terry Crews working out.
Working out and outsquatting.
Right, and his
books are really good as well. I've got a couple of books, and
he's a smart guy. He's one of those guys that he just
tweets before he thinks.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It was like you, Hugh.
I don't tweet them because I used to just tweet things to antagonise people.
MMA fighters.
I realised no,
you never even tweeted you never even tweeted. You just replied. You just looked for arguments, man. Like, well, actually, no, this is wrong.
Yeah. Why are you laughing? Like, yeah. Actually.
We're talking about this today because we're watching. I was watching a podcast. It was Fighter and the Kid. You ever watch that?
No, who's that?
Brian Callen, Brendan Schaub, and Joel McHale was on it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Community, yeah.
And he's really funny, and he does a thing that I do as well. I like trying to argue with someone. I'll try and walk them in to something stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I'll ask them questions that will walk them in to saying something stupid.
You've seen how far are you in Community?
I've got 3 episodes left, and I think I was disappointed in the 6th season. I was going to talk about this. I'm like,
I was just gonna say that's literally he brings that up in an episode. I think he's it's been a while since
it's been a while.
But he's on the debate team or something like that, and he's like, you don't argue with anyone, you let them argue against themselves. And
he does it with Annie. He says,
Aye. So he's obviously learned it from that. You know what I mean? Like just let them talk themselves into a fucking corner.
It's a good argument. It's a good way to argue because you don't actually have to pick a side.
Yeah. So was it Cosmos you were saying Disney Plus?
Cosmos. It used to be a show in the 70s and 80s with Carl Sagan.
Okay.
It's not just about space, it's about scientific discoveries and stuff. It's really good, it's really well produced. I learned quite a lot by watching it as well, about the people that discovered stuff. So I watch Cosmos on Disney Plus.
I do want to go into that because of the world according to Jeff Goldblum's on it. I love Jeff Goldblum. So I was like, alright, that'd be a good shout.
That's one thing that I've seen, see on any advertisement for Disney Plus. It's just
Jeff Goldblum.
Elsa, Thanos, just all these well-known fucking Disney things.
And Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum on there. What?
Was he doing the old?
Holding his chin.
Yeah,
but the other thing on Disney Plus that's really good is all documentaries about Disneyland, Disney World, and how they build the rides, how they design stuff. It's all really interesting because it was all the first like Disney was the first guy to build something on this scale.
Yeah.
So how they built roller coasters back in the day, it was pretty interesting. Like I think it's called Imagineering, but it's it's about an hour long. It's really fucking good.
Sorry, Dom, but I mean that's obviously like in their favor. Have you ever seen there's a documentary, I can't remember the name of it, basically about how terrible Disneyland is. And all
the it was the hotels from outside of it. Yeah.
I know. There's like there's obviously,
as long as you're not just
but
not just a Disney fanboy here,
No, because I've been to
too many.
A lot of Disney's. I think the only ones I've not been to is LA and the Chinese ones, and I'm going to LA next year, hopefully. So I'm kind of interested in how they do it because it's a big feat of engineering.
That is impressive.
Good luck, mate. See if there is an LA next year.
Yeah. Well, I've never really wanted to go to China, so I don't think I'll go to Shanghai. I might go to Hong Kong though.
Yeah, I would mind it.
We'll go back to Tokyo Dome, right?
Hell yeah. Was there anything else that you seen on Disney Plus? Because I can remember, like, because they bought over Fox, see when they had the X-Men on it, the original X-Men series.
Yeah, they've got the original X-Men, Spider-Man. They've got the first season of Iron Man.
Yeah.
With the terrible animation. No. That's the second season intro, which is amazing.
Yeah.
They don't have that.
Well, not yet. Give it time, man.
And also, the Mandalorian's only...
Meg was saying that they have gargoyles.
Yeah, gargoyles in it.
You got gargoyles.
What a classic, man! Like I loved that show. That was so good.
What did you think about the movie choices that they've got on it?
What are you doing, Hamish?
Nothing.
Why? What? The smoke coming out from me?
They could see you.
What are you actually doing?
Lighting a cigar. I've got 2 days off. Leave me alone.
Right, we won't judge you, mate. Don't worry. It was just that we just seen smoke coming out there. I was like,
Why does he need days off to smoke a cigar?
Mate, this is a wee treat. Cigars are expensive, mate, and times are tough.
Times are hard, and so you see.
Goddamn pill, man.
Yeah, how good was Gargoyles, man? That was classic.
Gargoyles is cool. Did you see some of the movies that they actually have on it? It's really bizarre. Like they have 3 men and a baby, and ones that I was like, Disney did that, or Fox did that. Really? And they've got like the green light to that. Very, very peculiar.
Are they actually Disney? Were they Disney at the time, or is it just?
I think it's like
Disney have bought by now.
Well, because they got like Mrs. Doubtfire. Has it Never Been Kissed as another one? I was looking, going, what? Is that a Disney movie? I can't be a Disney movie.
No, I think they were all under the Fox label.
Yeah, so that's Fox. Yeah, that's what I was thinking for it, because I know like when I was like, I remember Adam Sandler was in that. One with Russell Brand, the bedtime stories one, because I was like, I remember watching that one day, just I think I was ill. I'm like, why am I watching an Adam Sandler movie when I'm fucking so ill? But yeah, like it's a good service. It works. I've only had maybe one issue with it, the Disney Plus.
What was that?
Tons of people being on it the one time where it's like you can only have 4 devices on. It's a bit of a pain, but that's the same as Netflix.
That's not Disney's fault.
Well, no, not me.
Like, no, it started with you. You shared it with someone, and they shared it with someone.
You were the root of the problem.
Yeah,
that's not Disney's fault. Mate.
That's not Disney's fault.
You can explain how the virus spreads.
Spreads.
So, what do you want to see on it? If you could put one thing on Disney Plus that's not on it, what would you want to see on it?
That's a good question, Hamish. That's a really good question.
Probably should have briefed you on this.
Oh, no.
Well, is Family Guy going to go on it? Like Bob's Burgers?
Yeah.
Eventually, is Always Sunny in Philadelphia going to go on it?
Man.
Fox properties
because these are FX.
Archer, is that going to go on it?
What's that, sorry?
Archer. Well, that's FX.
Like, so you've got Netflix is probably like, shit.
Like, yeah, they're losing quite a lot.
Hugh, can I hear a Peter Griffin laugh, please?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on.
Just
us. Yourself, then.
I did it. I've done it for like 20 seconds a minute ago.
I'm not your performing monkey, Hamish.
Yeah.
I can't believe you tried to hide like smoking a cigar. Like the smoke was like covering the screen.
If I was wanting something else or something on Disney Plus, I'd probably go for more. Have you seen any of the 4K shots?
Yeah, they're on it.
Yeah, more of them. Like, because
4K from like
Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
They've got like wee shots of him on it, and each one of them have been really funny. I'd like a wee bit more of them. If it was anything that I could grab from any property, from that, because they've got like a lot of the X-Men movies, so I don't know need to worry about that.
I remember, like, I think it was on one of these podcasts you were telling me about seeing Toy Story 4 dumb, and then like the after credit scene or something like that, and then there's the
female Forky.
The female is like, why do I exist? And he's just like, I don't know. Like, you can ask me anything. Like, why do I exist? I don't know. Whatever it was, but
yeah.
That was so funny. Man.
He does a bit with like about where money comes from, and he's asking Ham about it. Not you, Ham. Actual Ham from Toy Story. Sorry to burst a bubble there. I apologize. But he's explained what money is, what a nickel is, and then he's like Ham's just explained it, and it cuts back to Forky, and all he's doing is just moving his head around, and his eyes are just like spinning around. He's like, "Look what I can do." Sorry, what were you talking about? He just fucking perfect humour. I take that all day. They're bringing exclusive. I would say if they bring exclusive movies, like I heard that because of what's happened. Virus and that, they're going to be releasing Black Widow on Disney Plus, stuff like that. See if they release big budgeted movies onto it. I'd love that. I think that would be seller, and I would be unhappy.
Yeah, the first one I heard was Wonder Woman, 1984 or whatever. The new Wonder Woman, basically.
Where's that going?
But no, I've heard that they're considering that to just be like digital release. Like,
Netflix exclusive.
Digital premiere, basically. Aye.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Rather than going out at the cinema, but. I don't know, like I think it's very unlikely that they would do that at all. And I also think if they did it, it would not go well. It wouldn't obviously make them anywhere near the amount of money at the box office. So I don't think they would.
Do you think so? Black Widow or Wonder Woman?
But I mean, any film, like how would
they're already out on Amazon? Like films that were in the cinema or were going to be like Invisible Man and stuff are on Amazon now to order.
How is that making? Yeah, how is that making as much money as going to the cinema?
Because more people will buy it just because they're in the house.
Yeah, you'd be very surprised.
People don't want to go to the cinema because it costs way too much for a lot of people.
Yeah, but you need to look at this over 3 months at least. Like with films like you have the cinematic release and then you have the digital release, and then
that's the thing, they can't release it, so there's no way to make money without releasing it digitally.
Yeah, but they could delay it.
Then they lose money though.
That's what the problem is. They can't. They'll lose all that money
back as soon as possible because they've spent so much in advertising and so much on like paying for actors and shit that they need to do like promos and stuff and do
but it's not like they don't have the money. Like they're not in the hole.
But
they also lose the buzz and the schedule.
So the problem is as well.
They'll release a film now, so it won't be up against say fucking the next big film at the end of the summer. So
the next big film is going to be delayed anyway. So
is it?
So no, if it's the end of the summer and you get the next big blockbuster and you release Wonder Woman against it, it's not going to have as many people will go. Maybe I want to go see that film instead of this, especially because it's $9.99 on Amazon.
Yeah,
standard definition.
Hamish, just imagine this: you could sit butt naked and watch the new Wonder Woman movie instead of going to the cinema butt naked and watching Wonder Woman.
Yeah, why not?
I think a lot of people, even if it was the same amount of money, would rather go out to the cinema. The cinema is an experience. It's not.
Yeah. Again, it's more because like
for the film. Like,
I think we're a bit more biased now that we've all got like the Cineworld cards and that. And we've had the experience of like watching a movie together for it. But like, see when it's Joe Schmo that I want to see the latest movie is that, or they don't want it, they can't be asked driving. They're going to obviously go like, just give me it on demand. I'll take
I think more people watch films in the house than they do at the cinema, and the fact that the cinema has to take a certain amount of cut from the
profit,
the ticket sales.
Yeah.
No, I do get that, but like. I think they would still benefit from.
Oh no! Obviously, no. I completely agree. They would still. I'd agree completely that they're probably best releasing it in the cinema. But like when shit like this happens,
Oh no, definitely.
You rather make money than
unprecedented. So you have no idea what they're gonna do. And,
I mean, like for example,
how people are gonna deal with it as well. So
like for example, like with Sonic, a lot of people were worried about the time that released because of the delay that had. And would the same jokes land? Because it's like in a time scale for it. Like it was supposed to be released at October 2019. Boston was still a big thing in that.
Topical enough to be funny, you know, that kind of stuff,
So we're worried about that. So it kind of could be the same, but, you know, was it 1984 Wonder Woman set in? So it's like, we're in for it as well. Yeah, I think that's a wrap then, boys. We're all good with that. Unless you got anything else to say, guys? Hamish, you got anything you want to say to our wonderful listeners?
Just, thanks for listening, everyone. Like, obviously, I know it's hard times and all that. Hopefully, you have some kind of reprise from, listening to our podcast. It's probably going to drive you more star crazy. Listening to us talk a load of shite, but on the off chance that it does help, thank you very much, and, appreciate it and that. So, I hope you enjoyed it.
Hugh, you got anything to say to the wonderful listeners that we have?
No.
Always insightful as ever, Mr. Hugh.
I set the bar too high there.
Way too high.
Hey, rambled on for so long I forgot what I was going to say.
All you were going to say was, bye! Like, every fucking time.
Just cut it there, Dom.
Nope, I'm going to keep this all in.
Dom needs to say he's goodbye, mate. I bet you Dom's got a very heartfelt and, thoughtful goodbye.
Yeah. So, my bad.
No one listens to the end of the podcast.
Let him talk, mate.
Baby. So, thanks again, guys, for tuning in, listening to the podcast. We understand, it's a crazy world out there at the moment. It's probably going to happen for the next couple of weeks, and we're all glad that we can still even have any sort of way of communicating to each other. It's a ridiculous time in the morning, and I'm still having fun there. We could talk for hours, we could keep going on and on. But again, thanks for downloading this, and tell your pals, tell everybody. We'll do anything for attention. So hopefully next time we'll have Ross back on as well. Obviously what was happening with him and his missus, welcoming new life to this crazy world. We'll give him a wee pass on this one, but next week we'll see what we can do. Give him a wee old wink and a wee smile. Ross will be like, "Why are you coming on to me again, Dom? Stop that, please."
Also, if I can just say, let us know what you thought. Let us know,
of course,
if there's anything you want us to talk about. Any questions or comments you have, just wire in. No matter how mental they may be, we will tackle them.
We will indeed. So again, that is episode 24 of the Patches In podcast. I've been Dom. You want to say goodbye, Hugh?
Bye.
And that's a goodbye from Hamish.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening. Take care.
See you later, guys. God damn it, Hugh. Is this why we do Hugh last?
Why are you being the worst ever, Hugh?
It's like you're saying goodbye to your long lost love into the camera. Goodbye. I hope you have a great time.
Is that like the fucking listeners? Because I appreciate those motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
Literally couldn't hear any of it.